Yeah, I hope everyone also attended with your atlas. I expected that few of you may not attend with atlas. That's why for managing this class, I have given that workbook. Is it clear? So the IR, the intention of international relations, you might be seeing in the your prelim syllabus, they have mentioned current events of regional, national, international. Again, they explicitly mention as international relations and events. What is meant by international relations and events? Will it be a static part? Will it be a dynamic part? In what way you have to prepare? So basically, international relations or organizations or events, so they test you whether you are reading the newspaper or not, whether you are aware of the event or not. Are you aware of the India's interest in the context of neighboring nations or regional interest, international events? Clear? So try to understand. So try to understand. We are focusing in the context of the prelims exam only. We are not going deep into the subject. We are focusing. We are limiting to the exam orientation, particularly your prelims exam. So now you can see on the screen. So I meant for the quick revision of international relations. What we are going to cover, how we are going to cover, in what dimensions or what aspects we are going to revise in the next 2 days. That means today and tomorrow. Total 4 to 5 hours. We are not going to take more than 5 to 6 hours. Total will be taking 4 to 5 hours. Online students, is it clear? Is my voice clear? Some students are responding that voice is not clear. Yeah, thank you. So for those students, if voice is not clear, if your network is unstable, you may not have stable voice. So I have divided the entire international events or relations based on the region wise. Asia, now you can see Southeast Asia, West Asia, Europe, Africa, then North and South America, then the international organizations or conventions. So in each region, we'll be discussing the important organizations. Say for example, in Asia, you are having BACHPAN. What is meant by BACHPAN MBA? The neighbors of India. I'll discuss what is it, what is meant for it. Then South Asia Association for Regional Cooperation, BIMSTEC, Indian Ocean Rim Association for Regional Cooperation. Then SAGAR. What is meant by SAGAR? Security and growth for all in the region, please. Then Project Mausam. What is meant by Project Mausam? It is also known as Project Monsoon, which is initiated by Ministry of Culture, implemented by Archaeological Survey of India in order to promote the research interest in the region. Then our focus would be based on this one. The places in news, issues in a news. Basically, these are the static part. SAARC, BIMSTEC, IORA, SAGAR, Project Mausam. Then if I move on to Asia to Southeast Asia, you can identify ASEAN, Association for Southeast Asian Nations. In that context, you are having India-ASEAN, East Asia Summit, RCEP. What is meant by RCEP? Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. APEC. What is meant by APEC? Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. ADB. Then Mekong Ganga Cooperation. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. South China Sea. In that context, you are having United Nations Convention on Law of Sea, International Tribunal Law of Sea, ITLOS. Then places in news, issues in the news. Then if I move on from Southeast Asia to West Asia, you can identify in West Asia, basically, so the Gulf Cooperation Council, Islamic Organization Cooperation, Arab League, INSTC, International North-South Transport Corridor, places in news, issues in the news. I think some student also joined. He is promoting civics and television. Clear? West Asia. So then West Asia, you can go to Europe. In Europe, So European Union, European Central Bank, European Council, European Commission, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, then Eurasian Economic Union. So places in news, issues in news. Next, Africa. In Africa, you are having African Union, South Africa Customs Union, then Asia Africa Growth Corridor, places in news, issues in news. Any issue in the recent times which is in the news? African cheetah, African cheetahs. So yes, recently released by Mr. Modi into Kuno National Park. Next, North and South America. North and South America, basically, we don't have that much of regional organizations. We are having international organizations rather than India's interest with respect to North and South America. Any reason? Can you say, is it a geographical reason or cultural or political or economical? Can you say geographical reason? Far away. It will take more than 24 hours to reach. So there we are having Latin America. So MERCOSUR, places in news, issues in news. Then apart from that, you can also see the organizations, international organizations, where India is having significant interest in terms of political aspects, trade and commerce, cultural promotion, science and technology, defense cooperation. What else? Any other point you can add? Political, economical, cultural. Now environment. Environment is emerging as a common platform in order to promote the mutual interest of at the regional, international level. Is it clear? You can find important organizations like United Nations, United Nations General Assembly, Security Council, specialized organizations, 6 important organizations that will cover under United Nations. Then it is followed by IMF, World Bank, their groups. World Bank is having itself 5 major organizations. Then WTO, World Trade Organization's recent summit, any important aspects related to WTO. Then UNICEF, UNESCO, United Nations Environment Program, IUCN. Then G4, G7 or G8, G33, G77. What is meant by G4? Group of 4 nations: India, Brazil, Japan, South Africa. G4. So then G7, G20, G33, G77. BRICS nations: NDB, IBSA, RIC, IPCC, UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Then, so recently these 4 groupings has been in the news: NSG, MTCR, Australian Group, Wassenaar Arrangement. India has been member of all the 4 or 3 out of 4? 3 out of 4. We are trying to be member of NSG, but we are not getting that status. But we got NSG waiver. It means though India has not been member of NSG, the members of NSG can share or export nuclear related materials or technology for the civilian purpose only, not for defense purpose. That is the bottom line of NSG. Then Quad, recent initiative is, yes, I2, U2. Clear? So did I cover all the aspects? Isn't it? So international relations and events. Now, how many questions one can expect? You can expect at least 8 to 12 questions from this section. The amount of time that you are going to invest for your polity or economy or geography, that the same amount of dividend you can reap from the international relations and organizations. But in this context, in order to understand or eliminate, you shall have the strong base of your atlas information, isn't it? You cannot easily remember. If you are reading or revising first time. those students who are keep on referring atlas while reading the newspaper or would have gone through the entire syllabus once, they could able to connect or reconnect easily with the international organizations. Otherwise, if I say Namibia, you go blind, whether it is a south of Africa or equator. So in order to make your information easy, now after that, now I'm going to, now you can see that I had divided the entire syllabus into region wise. Then within the region, we'll go deep into the different aspects of the syllabus. Now we are going to visit our neighbors. Open your atlas. I quickly revise your map pointing, then I'll revise the organizations. Online students, am I clear? If you're finding any difficult, so you can rise at any time in the chat box. Otherwise, I will assume that you are following my class. Now, open your Asia, identify your neighbors. Who is your immediate neighbor? How many neighbors are there? 7 or 8? 7. Is Tajikistan is neighboring country or not? Tajikistan. So whatever the point I stress it, try to make a note of it. This is where the examiner will try to test you. If you are finding difficulty of remembering all the 7 nations are neighbors of India, if you know that the Tajikistan is not neighbor of India, you can arrive at the right option. Tajikistan is not a neighbor of India, whereas Afghanistan is sharing border with India. Try to locate. I'm moving from west, Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a Maldives. What about Maldives? Maldives and Sri Lanka shares water border, maritime border, not land border. As I mentioned, BACHPANBA. What is meant by BACHPANBA? So this is the longest international border with India, Bangladesh. Bangladesh, you might be confusing. China is having longest border. It is not China, it is Bangladesh. Bangladesh, China, Pakistan, then Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, Afghanistan. Try to locate your McMahon line. McMahon, SAARC Creek, Park Strait, Gulf of Mannar, Park Strait, Gulf of Mannar. Open Asia physical map. So now you might be reading Kachativu Islands. It's a dispute between India and Sri Lanka. Asia physical map. Could you able to locate? I gave 5 minutes time. If you could able to locate, then we can understand you are in the right direction. SAARC Creek, you can find, Gujarat, Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Kambat, then SAARC Creek, Kori Creek, you can find. If you want to know the clear physical points of between two nations, you have to open next further map, Pakistan-India map. Online students, open your atlas, try to locate it and try to revise it. So we are moving from Pakistan, Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Kambat, SAARC Creek. Sir Radcliffe, international border or international line between India and Pakistan. Then go to Afghanistan. You can find very narrow strip that Afghanistan is sharing border with India. Then move on to China. So in China, we are having the different issues. Can you see Sakshagam Valley? Sakshagam Valley. Here, Sakshagam Valley. Pangang So, So Morori. These are in the news. Sakshagam Valley. Yes, Durant Line, India and Afghanistan. Durant, India and Afghanistan. Sakshagam Valley, Pangang So, So Morori. Pangang So is a saltwater lake. So Morori is freshwater lake. Have you seen any news article? Recently, both the armies of China and India pulled away from the one important place. What is that place? It will start with G. There is one more place, Galwan Valley. Recent episode. Some hot spring, G with hot spring. Gogra or Gogri? Online students? Galwan Valley, Nubra Valley. Locate. Galwan Valley, Nubra Valley are located in Union Territory of? Yes, Ladakh. K2 is located in Union Territory of Kashmir or Ladakh? Ladakh. Don't be assumption that K2 is in the Kashmir. No. Yes, Gogra Hot Spring. Gogra Hot Spring. Yeah, please come in. It's okay. You move on. Next, move on to Nepal. Nepal. Landlocked nation. Recently, they have adapted. So, constitution. They have constitution. So, they have declared democratic, republic, secular. So, Nepal is known for your highest peaks, Kanchenjunga, Dhaulagiri, Annapurna, Mount Everest, Makalu, Lhotse. Try to locate. Dhaulagiri, Annapurna, Mount Everest, Lhotse, Makalu, Kanchenjunga. So Nepal has been in the news in the issue because we have one dispute which has popped up recently. You know, that dispute is related to Limpiadura, Lipu Lake, Kalapani junction, tri-junction. Limpiadura, Lipu Lake, Kalapani. This is not a regular class. It's a quick revision class. Don't expect that I'll be dictating. I need to tell as many points as it possible. Limpiadura, Lipu Lake, Kalapani. From Indian side, you can see Uttarakhand. Why the dispute has been emerging is that, you know, Kali River. So Kali River, this is the course of Kali River. Over a period of time, the Kali River is changing its course. Assume that Krishna River is changing its course towards north. Then Telangana will be losing some part. Can we say that part is internal territory of Telangana or Andhra Pradesh? It has to be Telangana only. Now tell me that if Kali is changing like this, what about this territory? India's territory or Nepal's territory? Say for example, Kali is changing like this. So it means geography is static or dynamic? Static. But politics is involved. That's why geography appears that it is a dynamic part. History is dynamic or static? History is more dynamic because the evidences you have to accept. It will take a lot of time. If I accept one fact, they have to rewrite the entire history. That's why they don't accept easily. But geography, you can easily accept it. Territory won't move it. Only Nepal flag or India flag will change. Clear? Now you understand the dispute? How can you expect the question says that Kalapani, which is in the news, is related to? That's it. Don't dig deep into the subject. Don't assume that you are going to visit the place and resolve the issue. Don't think that. Okay. So this is your Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga. Next visit Bhutan. Bhutan. So Bhutan, you are having one important issue which is popping up. Tri junction. You know Chumbi Valley, Jilipla, Nathula. This is Doklam. Doklam issue. At the tri-junction of India, Bhutan, China. Now, Myanmar. So try to locate that how many states of India are sharing border with Myanmar. How many? Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. Yes. Assam is not sharing. Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. Now, how many neighbors of India? So are having or through which the Tropic of Cancer is passing through it? Tropic of Cancer should pass through it, and the country has to be neighbor of India. Bangladesh, Myanmar. Look at China. Look at China. 3 nations. Pakistan. Yes, Tropic of Cancer is not passing through Pakistan. Now, quickly look at the physical map of Asia. I'll try to dictate some points. Try to locate it and try to revise it quickly. So I'll take including Russia as also point. Locate your Mediterranean Sea, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, Aral Sea, Balkash, Baikal. Mediterranean, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, Aral Sea, Balkash, Baikal. I just mentioned from west to east. Mediterranean. Online students, you could able to follow. Mediterranean, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, Aral, Balkash, Baikal, west to east. Mediterranean, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, Aral, Balkash, Baikal. Try to mention how many countries are sharing border with Black Sea. Black Sea, Caspian Sea, Aral Sea. Try to locate it. How many countries are sharing border? They can just simply ask west to east, east to west. How many nations are sharing border with these nations? Can you identify Black Sea? Write down Black Sea. How many? Chepan. So write down the nations. Write down the nations. Russia, Georgia, Turkey. Next. Ukraine. Russia, Georgia, Turkey, Ukraine. Is Bulgaria sharing or not? What about Romania? Black Sea, Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine. Then Russia, Georgia, Turkey. 6 nations. Caspian, 5. Aral, 2. 6, 5, 2, 1, 1. Mediterranean Sea, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, Aral Sea, Balkash Lake, Baikal. Balkash is in Kazakhstan. Baikal, Russia. Baikal is the deepest lake, largest in terms of volume, freshwater lake. There are 3 important points with respect to Baikal Lake, located in Russia, deepest lake, largest in terms of volume. In terms of volume, it's a freshwater lake, and it's also freshwater lake which is located at the highest altitude. Clear? Aral Sea. 2 nations are sharing. Tell me. Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. If they ask you any question on seas in Asia, mostly they'll touch only this 5. Next rivers. Next rivers in Asia. No, mostly I don't follow mnemonics. Okay. Rivers, can you see? Lena Lake, Yenisei, Obi, Volga. I'm telling from east to west in Russia. East to west in Russia. Lena, Yenisei, Obi, Volga. Okay, the point is that, can you see Ural Mountains? Ural Mountains. Can you see Ural Mountains? From Ural Mountains, you can find Ural River, Ural, which is emptying into Caspian Sea. Caspian Sea is sharing border with 5 nations, isn't it? You can also find Caspian Depression in north of Caspian Sea. In that Caspian Sea, we can identify 2 important rivers joining into that sea, Ural and Volga. Can you identify Moscow River, which is a tributary of Ural or Volga? Moscow. Yes, it is a tributary of Volga. That's it. In Russia, so Lena, Yenisei, Ob, Volga. Lena, Yenisei, Ob, Ural and Volga rivers. Noted rivers in the Russian nation. You know Amur falcon bird, longest migratory bird, Amur falcon. So why Amur falcon? Falcon is a bird name. You have Amur as a river on the border between Russia and China. Could you able to locate Amur river as a natural boundary between China and Russia? Now you have command over Russian rivers, Lena, Yenisei, Ob, Ural, Volga. Moscow is a tributary of Volga. Now Amur river. Now, Mr. China, you can see Wanghu, Yangtze, Sikyang, red. Wanghu, Yangtze, Sikyang. Mekong, Salween, Irrawaddy, Brahmaputra. Yeah, open your atlas. Wanghu, Yangtze, Sikiang, Red also you can find, RED. Mekong, Salween, Irrawaddy, Brahmaputra. Now look at China, which is the third largest in terms of geographical area. First one is Russia, next is Canada, third is China, fourth is USA, fifth is Brazil, sixth Australia, seventh India. Now, if you look at China, if you remove plateau of Tibet, look at the physiographical map of Asia, particularly give focus on China. If I just remove Tibetan plateau, now can you guess the fate of China? Just remove. Assume that you have that much power. Almost 50% of geographical area, Tibetan plateau. Source for whatever the rivers I mentioned, Wanghu, Yangtze, Sikiang, Mekong, Salween, Irrawaddy, Brahmaputra, Indus, Ganga, Yamuna. So now you might be read in the geopolitics of geography. Whoever controls Siberia can control geopolitics of world. Previously that was the thesis. Now whoever controls this Tibetan highland can control geopolitics, isn't it? If you have that much capacity to divert the rivers of this Wanghu, Yangtze, Sikiang, Mekong, Brahmaputra, Irrawaddy, so Ganga, Yamuna, these nations will be under your control. That's one of the reasons that Chinese government annexed Tibet. During your childhood, you might be studied Tibet as a nation. Now you can find it as a Tibetan autonomous region, which is not having that much autonomous. Only on the paper they are having autonomous as a name. Now Tibet is an integral territory of People's Republic of China. Clear? Wanghu, Yangtze, Sikiang, Red, Mekong, yes, Salween, Irrawaddy, Brahmaputra, Indus. Now you could able to understand Tibetan highland is also known as third pole of the globe. North pole, south pole, third pole. Next. So India, you might be aware the important rivers, Brahmaputra, Ganga, Godavari, Krishna, these rivers I am not mentioning. Look at Hong Kong. Tell me the river which is near to Hong Kong. Sikiang. Shanghai, Yangtze, can you see Yangtze? Yangtze is also known as Yellow River. Yangtze is also known as Yellow River. Can you locate Hanoi, which is the capital city of Vietnam, is located on the banks of Red River, RED, Red. Now, traverse along the banks of Mekong, which originates in Tibetan highlands, which is a part of China, also traverses through the 5 southeast nations: Myanmar, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos. Is it clear? Mekong, China, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam. If you go to West Asia, you can find Tigris and Euphrates. Tigris and Euphrates. You know, Mesopotamia culture, civilization. So the ancient civilization of Iraq is known as Mesopotamia, which was flourished on the banks of this Tigris and Euphrates. Your capital city of Iraq, Baghdad, is located on the banks of Tigris. The ancient civilization of Iran is known as Persia. The ancient civilization of Pakistan is known as India or Pakistan? Harappa. So there was no Pakistan at that time. Right from your Afghanistan to Myanmar, only one territory. Now we have completed the lakes, rivers. Then the mountain system, try to identify the mountain system. Ural Mountains, Caucasus Mountains, Ural. Can you see Ural Mountains? Ural. Caucasus. Between Black Sea and Caspian Sea. Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia. Even 2 days before, there was an editorial article, what is happening at Caucasus Mountains. In the context of Azerbaijan and Armenia border conflict. Caucasus Mountain. Now Pamir Knot. Come to Pamir Knot. North of your Ladakh. Pamirs. They might be mentioning as a Pamirs. It looked like a joining 4 important ranges. There are 4 important ranges, mountain ranges. This is not Pamir Knot. రెండు థ్రెడ్లు తీసి కట్టినట్లు ఉంటుంది. Tell me, what is this one? Yes, Tian Shan. Tian Shan. This one. Next, Suleiman. It won't be there. Suleiman, it's a border between Pakistan and Afghanistan. It won't extend up to Pamirs. Now, Plateau of Tibet, you can find it is bounded between 2 important ranges, your Kunlun range and Himalayan range. Plateau of Tibet, it is bounded between 2 ranges, Kunlun and Himalayas. Is it over? So we have covered lakes and rivers, then mountains. Now look at the Sea of, course, Sea of Japan, East China Sea, South China Sea, Andaman Sea, Jakarta Sea, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. Sea of, course, Sea of Japan, East China Sea, South China Sea. If I want to frame one question, I can ask Sea of, course, Sea of Japan, East China Sea, South China Sea, and I can ask from south to north or north to south. Sea of Okhotsk, eastern side of your Russia. Then Sea of Japan, East China Sea, South China Sea. In north of your East China Sea, so try to locate, there is important sea, Yellow Sea. Yellow Sea. So the name is because you know Yangtze River, which is emptying into Yellow Sea. I have mentioned that Yangtze is also known as Yellow River. So Sea of Okhotsk, Sea of Japan, Yellow, East China Sea, South China Sea. Locate Java Sea, Java. From Java Sea, from Java, Gulf of Thailand. I'm mentioning these places because again we need to locate some more points. Gulf of Thailand, Andaman Sea, Andaman Sea, enter Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. Is it clear? Now, next important is islands. Islands which are in the news. Kuril Islands, which is a dispute between Russia and Japan, located in the north of Hokkaido Islands of Japan. Kuril Islands. Look at, there are 4 important islands of Japan: Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, Kaishu. Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, Kaishu. Important island is Kuril because it is in the news. Senkaku Island. Senkaku. No, these islands has been in the news. Kuril, Senkaku, Snake Islands, Agalega, Paracel, Spratly, Scarborough, Socotra, Kuria Muria. Look at these islands. Look at. They may ask you north to south or where it is located. Sea attached. Say for example, if I say Senkaku Islands. Senkaku Islands are located in Yellow Sea, East China Sea, South China Sea or Japan Sea. So Kuril Island, north of your Japan. Senkaku Islands, north of your Taiwan. Can you see Taiwan? Through which Tropic of Cancer is passing through it. North of Taiwan, you can identify Senkaku Islands. Maybe your atlas may not be located because it is in the news. Now, in South China Sea, can you identify Hainan Islands? Hainan. If you move from Hainan Island, you can encounter Paracel Islands, Scarborough Islands, Spratly Islands. Clear? So this Kuria Muria, Socotra, Agalega Islands, when we discuss Africa, again I will revise it. Now in the context I am saying Kuril Islands north of your Japan, Senkaku north of your Taiwan, Snake Islands located in Black Sea, not in the Asia, Black Sea, south of your Ukraine. Agalega Islands, which is a part of your Mauritius, north of your Madagascar. Can you see Madagascar as a large island in Indian Ocean? North of Madagascar, you can find Agalega. Seychelles Islands, Agalega Islands, Mauritius. That's the order. We'll revise it. In the context of Africa, we can revise it. Parcel, Spratly, Scarborough in South China Sea. Can you tell me that the north to south location of these 3? Anyone? Paracel, Spratly, Scarborough. North to south. Online students, Paracel, Spratly, Scarborough. Yes. Paracel, Scarborough, Spratly. Paracel, Scarborough, Spratly Islands. North to south. Next, important straits in that context. Bering Strait. So Bering Sea, Bering Strait. Bering Strait. So North America and one side, other side is Russia. You can see Bering Sea and Bering Strait. What is meant by strait? Narrow channel of water which connects two larger water bodies. Strait. Isthmus. It's a water channel. It's a narrow strip of land. Isthmus. Strait means narrow channel of water which connects two larger water bodies. Whereas isthmus means narrow strip of land which will connect two larger land masses, like isthmus of Panama, isthmus of Thailand, like that. Now we are coming to the organizations. Now India we have discussed, India, its neighbors. What is Indian subcontinent? Indian subcontinent, SAARC. India means only India, isn't it? Indian subcontinent, how many nations are there? SAARC, how many nations are there? SAARC, you know, 8. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Indian subcontinent, it consists of 7, excluding Afghanistan. They may ask you that, you know, how many nations are there in SAARC and Indian subcontinent. Indian subcontinent, all the nations of South Asia except Afghanistan. Because subcontinent is a geographical aspect, SAARC is a political aspect. So before going next, so you might be aware that globe is having 2 hemispheres, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. So latitudes means imaginary lines drawn on the surface of the earth for your convenience only. So longitudes, so this is your prime meridian which is passes through Greenwich meridian. People will call it a prime meridian. Greenwich meridian passes through Royal Observatory, also passes through Thames River, London's Bridge. Now identify this prime meridian in your atlas. In your atlas, is it passes through Europe? Is it passes through Africa? So this prime meridian passes through United Kingdom, isn't it? Yes. Just to mention that it passes through Europe and Africa. Europe and Africa. Next, locate equator. Locate equator. Equator is not passing through India. Are you clear? Equator is not passing through India. Equator passes through South America, Africa. Will it passes through Asia? It passes through Indonesia. Now look at Tropic of Cancer. Is it passes through USA or Mexico? Mexico or USA? Next, Europe. Is it passes through Europe? It passes through Africa, isn't it? Next, Asia. Tropic of Capricorn. South America, Africa, Australia and Madagascar. So they may ask you that only continent. Very rarely they will go to countries, but in UPSC they will ask countries. But in our exam, if you know about continent, that would be more than required. Tropic of Capricorn passes through South America, Africa, Madagascar, Australia. Why Indians are migrating more to Australia, South America, Brazil, Mexico, this part of Africa? More or less, so more or less same climate, dietary habits. You can survive there. If you go to Canada, that's it. You will shiver. Now, so people will say Western culture, Middle East, West Asia. So what is meant by Western culture? So for India, you are here. You are here. So this is your prime meridian, isn't it? This is your eastern hemisphere. This is your western hemisphere. Oriental culture. They call it as a Oriental culture. The culture which is dominant in the eastern side of the meridian. The culture which is evolved in the western side of the prime meridian, it is known as Western culture mostly. That they call it as accidental. Oriental and accidental. Now West Asia, you know West Asia, Middle East Asia. What is the difference between West Asia and Middle East? West Asia. So we are taking this one. Again, I'm saying Asia. Again, I'm taking Asia. And if I take the central part of this Asia, I can say this is East Asia. This is a West Asia. Now this is 0 degrees. This is your 180 degrees. 90 degrees. Is 90 degree passes through India? It passes through India. So 87.5 is the India's standard time, IST. So mostly the countries which are located west of this central of Asia, we can call West Asia. Middle East Asia, Middle East in the sense you are having equator. You are having equator. Sorry, this one. I have written the south of India only. Middle East. So Middle East also includes the northern part of Africa, like your Egypt, Libya, Tunisia. Just for your understanding only. Now, coming to the point, now we are going to discuss about SAARC. SAARC, South Asia Association for Regional Cooperation, having 7 members or 8 members. Yes, 8 members. Just to list out of Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Is it functional? It's become dysfunctional after URI attack. You might be knowing that 2016 URI attack. So India pulled out. So once India pulled out from the SAARC summit, which is going to be hosted by Pakistan. So our fellow friends like Bhutan, Nepal, also they objected. The soil or internal territory of South Asia should not be used for terror activities. So SAARC, 8 members. So its headquarters is at Kathmandu. That's it. So in that context, you might be reading about South Asia University or SAARC University. It is located at New Delhi. South Asian University or SAARC University located at or established at New Delhi from the cooperation of all the SAARC members. So now the SAARC has become dysfunctional. So BIMSTEC is emerging. BIMSTEC is emerging. Previously, it's a BIST. BIST. What is this? BIST. Yes, Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Thailand. Now it's a 7 members nation. 7 members nation. Seven members nations. Can you add 3 more? Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar. They may play with terms here. BIMSTEC consists of some members from South Asia and few members from Southeast Asia. Is that right statement? Yes, South Asian members are there and also Southeast members also there. BIMSTEC is also known as link between South Asia and Southeast Asia. Its headquarters is at, yes, Dhaka. BIMSTEC. So Dhaka. So it's a Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation. So 7 members are there. Its headquarters is at Dhaka. Clear? Next, what is important? Indian Ocean Rim Association for Regional Cooperation. IORA RC, Regional Cooperation. So in this grouping, there are 23 members. When the members in any organization are more than single digit, so just to limit whether India is a member or not. Just to limit whether India is a member or not. Don't remember all the members. There are 23 members. IORA, Indian Ocean Rim Association for Regional Cooperation. The name itself indicates it has to be the members which are sharing border with Indian Ocean, isn't it? Can we say all the members who are sharing border with Indian Ocean are members of IORA? Why it is incorrect? There are few countries like Myanmar, Pakistan, Somalia are not members of this IORA. Pakistan, Myanmar, Somalia. India is a member. Its headquarters is located at Ebene. Ebene. Now, is it easy now to know the international regional groupings? Okay. So this is the map of IORA members. So you can hardly find India with in terms of Pakistan, they call Indian occupied Kashmir. You know, we call it a Pakistan occupied Kashmir. They call it as a Indian occupied Kashmir. I searched almost all the platforms to download the world map, which is clear with Indian territory. But all the maps, they'll say that this part only, including Wikipedia. So these are dialogue partners. These are dialogue partners. In the similar context, try to understand SAGAR, security and growth for all in the region. What is the region? Indian Ocean region. They call it as a maritime doctrine of Republic of India. SAGAR is publicized or promoted as a maritime doctrine of Republic of India. But you don't get this document doctrine. I searched all the means to get the doctrine of SAGAR. It is not available. So just like he made SAGAR, when he visited the islands of this Indian Ocean nations, he mentioned that Prime Minister of India. So India's wants to promote blue economy in the Indian Ocean based on security and mutual growth for all in the region. They can say Project Mausam, Project Sagar Mala, Act East policy are some of the initiatives to promote or to realize the doctrine of SAGAR. No, IK Gujral doctrine, you know, Panchashil principle, IK Gujral doctrine, it is related to international aspects. Panchashil principles. So it's based on 5 doctrine principles. They say that there shall be mutual consents. So each other territory should not be used for. So I mean, no non-interference in the internal matters. If any matter is there, you have to resolve. IK Gujral, they call it as a Gujral doctrine. He postulated when it comes to India, so countries like Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, we should not expect reciprocity. అంటే మీరు ఇవ్వాలి కానీ వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారని ఆశించద్దండి అనేది మెయిన్ థీమ్ when it comes to Gujral doctrine. Yeah, Project Mausam. Just to mention that it's the initiative of Ministry of Culture implemented by Archaeological Survey of India. The theme of this project is to promote research. You can see historical research related to cultural, commercial or religious interactions. Clear? What is time now? 5:10. Okay. Next, is it clear? Project Mausam. Mausam means monsoon. So now these are very important. So this was whatever we discussed is a static part. BB-ION corridor. Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal corridor, which allows or try to promote both passenger and commercial vehicles. It's a seamless integration of passenger and commercial transport system among Bangladesh, Bhutan, India and Nepal. Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal. Not only commercial vehicles, passenger vehicles also. But Bhutan is objecting it. You know, they promote gross happiness index. So carbon net neutrality country. If it is allowed, what will happen? So their pristine ecosystem might be endangered. So they are objecting this one. Let us see whether the agreement is going to be implemented or not. Next, Trilateral Highway. IMT Highway. This is known as IMT Highway. India, Myanmar, Thailand. If you want to visit Pattaya through bus also, you can visit from New Delhi. Pattaya is located in one of the major tourist destination in Thailand. India, Myanmar, Thailand, Trilateral Highway. Next, Kaladan Multimodal Project. Kaladan Multimodal Project. India and Myanmar. Indian nations involved are India and Myanmar. There is a Kaladan River, through which you can access northeastern states of India. So what is the port which was in the news? Sitwe port. Locate Sabang port, Sitwe port, Cox Bazaar, Chabahar, Gwadar, Bandar-e Abbas. These are in the news. Locate Sabang port, Sitwe port, Cox Bazaar, Gwadar, Chabahar, Bandar-e Abbas. Sabang port. We had agreement between India and Indonesia. You see Sumatra Island, north of Sumatra you can find Sabang. Sumatra, Java, Borneo Islands. One of the largest archipelago in the globe, that is Indonesia. Archipelago means group of islands. Sabang port, locate Sabang port, north of your Sumatra Island. Sitwe port in Myanmar. Sitwe port. In exam, you can ask that, you know. So maybe nations involved, location, like that. Only surface level only. They may give Sabang, So maybe pair based matching like that. Sitwe port. Now, India is developing Sitwe, Pakistan is developing. Counter to Sitwe, there is a Kaiku. What to pronounce? I know only Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, Kaishu. Yes. This port is developed by China in the Myanmar itself. You are having Sitwe port here. China is having port, I think Kaiku, which connects the province of Kunming with Kaiku. Clear? Note change, very important. These have been in the news. In newspaper చదువుతూ ఉన్నా లేకపోతే ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాస్తున్నా కానీ ఇవన్నీ అడుగుంటారు అవునా? Can you locate Cox Bazaar? Cox Bazaar. Recently, Bangladesh Prime Minister made that no. So prolonged stay of Rohingyas is endangering the social fabric of Bangladeshi people. So near the islands of Cox Bazaar, is this Rohingyas who are migrated from Myanmar has been resettled in the Bangladesh. Next, one more. So I need to mention about Kra channel. So it's a proposed so project of Thailand government in order to facilitate or reduce the congestion, reduce the traffic over Strait of Malacca. ఇప్పుడు వచ్చే ఇంటర్నల్ ట్రేడ్ అంతా ఎలా జరుగుతుందంటే ఇలా వెళ్ళి స్ట్రైట్ ఆఫ్ మలక్కా నుంచి ఇట్లా వెళ్తారు. మనకి పనామా కెనాల్ ఉంది కదా, పనామా కెనాల్ ఫ్రమ్ సూయిజ్ కెనాల్ మెడిటేరియన్ సీ, దెన్ అట్లాంటిక్ సీ, ఫ్రమ్ అట్లాంటిక్ సీ టు పసిఫిక్ సీ. Similarly, they are planning to dredge the isthmus of Thailand. Isthmus and a narrow strip of land mass. So once it is done, you can directly connect with Andaman Sea with Gulf of Thailand. That is also known as Kra Canal, Thailand Canal. In this context, try to locate Strait of Malacca, Strait of Sunda, Strait of Lombok. This is the Strait of Malacca, Sunda Strait, Lombok Strait. So this is your proposed IMT highway, India, Myanmar, Thailand. IMT highway, so India, Myanmar, Thailand. I think you have located Sabang Port, Sitwe Port, Cox Bazaar, Kra Canal. Locate Gwadar Port, Gwadar Port, Chabahar Port. So this is your Gwadar in Pakistan. From Pakistan, you can find Chabahar Port. Chabahar in Iran. Can you locate Bandar A Abbas? Strait of Hormuz. Can you see? Strait of Hormuz in Persian Gulf. Bandar A Abbas. Yes. Gwadar is developed by Pakistan. Chabahar is jointly developed by India and Iran. Have you read about INST? International North-South Transport Corridor. So the corridor look like this. INSTC, International North-South Transport Corridor. So you can connect from Mumbai to Bandar-e-Abbas through Caspian Sea. Through Caspian Sea, you have to traverse through Iran, then Caspian Sea, then Astrakhan. It is located in Russia, Astrakhan. Then Moscow, then St. Petersburg. You can access Europe also. If you want to visit UK, funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. I think she passed away 11 days before, no? On September 8th. Yesterday it's a royal traditions, no? They don't cry. Now you see that, no? Once it materializes, it is having immense potential. Now you can access Baltic Sea, North Sea. Now if I want to reach, this is your Norway, Sweden, Finland, you know. So Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine. So Norway, Sweden, Finland. Previously, so if any ship wants to travel, it has to go through it. Your Gulf of Aden, you have to escape pirates attack, then reach the Red Sea. This is your Suez Canal, then Mediterranean Sea, then go to, can you say the travel time is reduced by 50%? 50%. Directly you can move to this one. Now recently they have allowed this INST, International North-South Transport Corridor, to connect with Chabahar port also. Chabahar port also. So once it also materializes, you can access Afghanistan and the central part of Asia. Your Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, so Turkmenistan, like this. So in a similar context, try to know the TAPI IPA. Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, gas pipeline. Iran, Pakistan, India, gas pipeline. Both are gas pipelines. Also locate, recently these have been in the news. Farja B gas field, Galkanish gas field. So TAPI, IPA, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India. Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India. Iran, Pakistan, India. So this Farja B gas field located in Iran. Galkanish, Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan. In a similar context, try to locate your Red Sea, Persian Gulf, Strait of Hormuz, Gulf of Red Sea, Gulf of Aqaba. ఇక్కడ రెడ్ సీ నుంచి వెళ్ళారంటే ఇక్కడ రెండిటిగా చీలిపోతుంది. One is Gulf of Red Sea, another is Gulf of Aqaba, so which is having connection with Israel. Israel can access so this Red Sea through the Gulf of Aqaba. So the map looks like this. Your Red Sea, there you can see Gulf of Aden, you know, Gulf of Aden, controlled by Yemen or Oman? Yes, Yemen. So this is your Red Sea. This is Gulf of Suez. So this one is Gulf of Suez. This is known as Gulf of Aqaba. Now can you see Hormuz? Strait of Hormuz, located in strait means which will connect. So Persian Gulf with Arabian Sea. Now try to see that whether Iraq is opening into Persian Gulf or not. Iraq, Kuwait, Iran, Iraq map. Always they'll play with the game. Iran, Iraq, Kuwait. Opening on the Iraq. Iran kunda, Iraq kunda. Iran already having a border with Persian Gulf. What about Iraq? Kuwait locate chesara? Kuwait. So Iraq is having access to Persian Gulf. Now quickly locate some of the places which has been repeatedly in the news. Kuria Islands, Kuria Muria, under the control of Oman. Socotra, locate chain. I'm telling to locate. Try to locate it. Kuria Muria. You can see, your Arab Peninsula. South of your Arab Peninsula, you can find Kuria Muria Island. Newmore Islands. Ekkada? On the border between Bangladesh and India. So when it comes to Sri Lanka, locate Hamman Tota, which has been always in the news. Hamman Tota. Colombo, this one is Colombo. Rincon Male. So Sri Lanka is also known as Anuradha Dvipa. Anuradha Dvipa. Also known as Ceylon. Anuradhapura was the ancient capital of Anuradha Dvipa. Anuradhapura. Here you can find location of Mannar Islands. Quickly. Here Kachativu Islands. This is northern Tamil Nadu or Jaffna region. Jaffna. Locate chain fast. Next. Your India. If you look at India. So this is your Afghanistan. This one is Afghanistan. India, Pakistan. Gomal Pass, Khyber Pass, Bolan Pass. Khyber, Gomal, Bolan. So this is Khyber. Bolan. Suleiman Range. It's a natural boundary between India and Pakistan or Pakistan and Afghanistan. Pak and Afghanistan. Suleiman. So Kandahar is known for. So this is your Afghanistan. This is your Kandahar. Your Kabul. Taliban government. What is the meaning of Taliban? Yes, it's a cultural movement. They founded cultural movement mostly by students. So based on Islamic traditions. So in Philippines, have you located Luzon Islands? Luzon. Philippines, you can find a number of islands. Luzon Islands are located in Philippines. Now, can you see Borneo Island? Borneo Island. You can see three nations on the single island. Three nations on the single island. Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei. Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei. So these are repetitive. That's why I'm just repeating it. So in all the competitive exams, these places has been repetitive. No, Japan lo you can see Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, Kaishu. Japan, Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, Kaishu. Locate Tokyo. Tokyo is located on which island? Tokyo. Hokkaido, Honshu. It is located on Honshu. Next, look at your Arab Peninsula. Arab Peninsula, Persian Gulf, Red Sea, Israel, Lebanon, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Turkey. This place is very, very important for map pointing. So they may ask you that, the countries which are sharing border with Israel, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Turkey, because in one way or another way, so this places has been in the news, maybe civilian conflict or some other reasons. Now, so I just mentioned about Israel. So Israel is very important. Now tell me, Israel is sharing border with Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Egypt, Persian Gulf, Mediterranean Sea. Just to list out. Israel is sharing border with Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Egypt, Gulf of Aqaba, Mediterranean Sea. Is it clear? Look at Dead Sea there. Dead Sea on the border between Israel and Jordan. Locate Gaza Strip, West Bank. Gaza Strip and West Bank. Can you say Gaza Strip is having access to Mediterranean Sea, Egypt and Israel? Locate West Bank. So West Bank is sharing border with Dead Sea, Jordan, Israel, isn't it? Is it an integral part of Israel? Or is it integral part of Palestine? Two-state solution is related to mutual agreement between sharing of land border between Israel and Palestine. Right now, Palestine is having observer status in United Nations. So when it comes to West Bank and Gaza Strip, if it is going to be materialized, that the proposed two-state solution, if it is going to be implemented, the Palestine territory will be including Gaza Strip and West Bank. What is the capital city of Israel? Jerusalem or Tel Aviv? Which one? Jerusalem. Jerusalem. What is the capital city of Palestine? Jerusalem only. What is the capital of Andhra Pradesh? No, capital of Telangana. For 10 years, mutually, Hyderabad is the capital. There is a one saying I use it to repeat. Our minister used to say that, wait for today, tomorrow will declare. ఈ రోజు అయితే రేపు చెప్తా. Yes, yes. We have 3 capitals. So tomorrow we can have 33 capitals also. Yeah. So can you see that, Israel borders, Gaza Strip, West Bank, Dead Sea, Jordan, Golan Heights. Golan Heights. Just look, observe in the physical map on the border between Syria and Israel. Golan Heights, which is a dispute territory between Israel and Syria. So in Israel, try to locate Al-Aqsa Mosque. Al-Aqsa Mosque. Like our Ayodhya temple, this Al-Aqsa Mosque is in same issue. Same issue between Israel and Palestine. You can relate the history of Ayodhya, the politics surrounding Ayodhya Ram Mandir with Al-Aqsa Mosque between Arab nations and Jews. Is it over? Yeah. So next 20 minutes, I just recap your physical and political map of your Europe, Africa, North America, South America. So tomorrow I'll complete the groupings. Yeah. I'll explain you how to identify in the map. We have in detail covered about Asia, isn't it? In detail we have covered Asia. Even I have covered the rivers of Asia. Political map of Asia. Political map of Asia. China Wall. China Wall. Where it is located? China Wall. So this is your China Wall. So to protect the invasion of Mongolians, they are having China Wall. So on the border between Mongolia and China. Next, look at the physical map of Europe. So I am very familiar with Europe because the migration will happen from India to Europe. No, they'll say that. So, Mama, I'm in Germany. They'll say Frankfurt, Hamburg, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Hague. At least I should aware of the places. No. Locate. We're traveling from Portugal, Spain, France. Locate. Just have a location map. Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, Bulgaria, Romania, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Iceland, United Kingdom, Greenland, Italy, Switzerland. If you travel from Greece, you can find Slovenia, Serbia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Macedonia. In the central part of Europe, you can see Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic and Slovakia, Hungary, then Slovenia. So these are not important. So just like a state zone, these are not important. What is important is Ukraine. What is important is Ukraine. So Ukraine, in the context of Ukraine, try to locate Black Sea. Try to locate Black Sea, Crimea Peninsula, Snake Islands, Crimea. North of your Black Sea, you can notice Crimea, which is annexed by Russia. Within the Black Sea, you can also find Snake Islands. Snake Island. They may ask you that Snake Island in the news is located in which of the following? Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Caspian Sea, Aral Sea. Ukraine. Locate Ukraine physiographical map, which is sandwiched between Russia and European powers. One of the poor nation. In Europe, the migration will happen from these nations. ఇదంతా poor nations. ఇక్కడ నుంచి మైగ్రేషన్ ఇలా వెళ్తుంటుంది. So your Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, Ukraine, then people will migrate to France, Germany, UK, United Kingdom. So Ukraine is very, very important. Black Sea is important. Crimea is important. Now tell me that how many nations are sharing border with Ukraine? Can you list out the nations which are sharing border with Ukraine? Write down. Write down. So this is your Ukraine. Clear? Romania, Moldova. Next, what is this country? Hungary. This one? Slovakia or Slovenia? Don't confuse between Slovakia and Slovenia. You know Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia. So in social books of your school books, they might be mentioned Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia split into two nations, Czech Republic and Slovakia. Yugoslavia split as of now 6 nations. Tomorrow it may split into 14 also. Don't worry, because it's a cultural identification. So Moldova, Romania, Hungary, Slovakia, Poland, Belarus, Russia. Clear? Can you tell me the places which are recently in the news are annexed by Russia? Any nuclear power station in Ukraine? Capital of Ukraine? You know, Kiev. Kiev is the capital. Then Japan. I need minimum 3 places. So previously when Islamic State of ISIS, so when has been in the news, mostly the places which are located in Syria, Turkey, Iraq were being asked by the competitive exams. Now Ukraine in the news, you should aware of it. Tell me at least 3 or 4 places affected by the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Kiev, Danube. Danube is a river, no? Donbass. Nuclear power plant which was destroyed by Russia. I need that place. Online student. Yes. They're the gods, and if you ask them, they'll browse it and they'll tell. Yes. Zaporizhzhia. Chernobyl, no. So Zaporizhzhia, Donetsk, Kiev, ఇంకో కేతో ఇంకో పేరు ఉంది పాపులర్. Mariupol, yeah, Mariupol, ఇంకోటి కేతో ఉంది, I forgot it. Kharkiv, no? So Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia. I think I have not read Luhansk. Anyone read about Luhansk? Why it is in the news, Luhansk? Please be louder. Okay. Yeah, Kharkiv. Very, very important. Very, very important. So when IS was in the news, so UPSC always focused, even the competitive exams focused on places affected by so IS. Now Ukraine crisis. Is Ukraine is over? Yes. Look at Danube River. So before that, we'll try to see that some important seas. Mediterranean Sea, Adriatic Sea, Aegean Sea. Try to locate Mediterranean, Adriatic Sea, Aegean. So ఇటలీకి ఈస్ట్ లో మీకు అడ్రియాటిక్ సీ ఉంటుంది. From Mediterranean Sea you can reach Aegean Sea, then Sea of Marmara, then Strait of Bosporus, which will connect Sea of Marmara with Black Sea. Very important. Next, already we have seen about Caspian Sea, Azov Sea, north of your Black Sea. Next, in north of your central territory of your Europe, you can find Bay of Biscay, English Channel, Strait of Dover, English Channel, North Sea, Baltic Sea, Gulf of Bothnia, White Sea, Norwegian Sea. Among all these seas, Adriatic Sea is important, Azova is important, Baltic and White Sea. Now tell me that the country which is sitting on Baltic Sea, appearing like it is sitting on the Baltic Sea. Sweden, isn't it? So the nation with many lakes or land of 1,000 lakes is Finland. You can see small lakes, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Finland. Can you look at White Sea? So they may ask you that White Sea, Baltic Sea, Adriatic Sea, and they may ask you to locate from north to south. Can you look at Rhine River, Rhine and Danube, Rhine River and Danube River? Danube. So these are important rivers in Europe. Danube and Rhine. On the banks of Rhine River, you can identify Rotterdam, one of the busiest port in Europe. Also locate Amsterdam, Hague, and Rotterdam. Locate Brussels. When we are discussing NATO, these places will be again recalling these places. Brussels. Is Belgium is a landlocked nation? Luxembourg? Yes. Luxembourg is a landmark nation. Yes. Now there is one concept emerging as a Nordic countries and Scandinavian countries and Baltic nations. So Nordic, Scandinavia, Baltic. So Nordic means it's a vaguely described nations like Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Iceland. Nordic, Nordic, Nordic nations. Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Iceland, which also include Åland, ALAND. You can look at here. So where is your Norway, Sweden, Finland? Yeah, Åland Island. This is your Åland Island, controlled by Finland. Furol. Furol or Farol? I think Farol. So this is your Faroe Islands. So this is your Denmark. This is your Denmark. So Denmark, they will always ask you its capital. Its capital. So it's a kingdom. It's a kingdom of mainland. The mainland is known as Jutland. Can you see Jutland Peninsula in Denmark? Jutland Peninsula. Jutland. Plus small islands are there. So Greenland is part of Denmark. Don't confuse. Greenland is part of your Denmark, including Faroe Islands. What is the capital of Iceland? Reykjavik. Yes, Reykjavik. They may ask you, which of the following capital city is located in the highest latitudes? This is Reykjavik. So the temperate grasslands in Europe are known as steppe or prairies? Steppes. Asia also steppes only. Temperate grasslands. So Catalonia. Why it is in the news? So they're fighting for separate country. In which nation? Catalonia. Can you say Catalonia Peninsula on the border between Spain and France? Barcelona football team. This Barcelona is the capital of Catalonia. So in case of Europe, we have discussed about Nordic countries. I think so. Nordic nations, which consist of Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Iceland. So Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, not the Finland. So not the Finland. Scandinavia means your Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and Iceland. Whereas Nordic means 5. Whereas Scandinavia means Norway, Sweden, Denmark. Baltic nations. Sea of Baltic? Sea of Baltic. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. I think because of Chief Minister of Punjab. So Lufthansa Airlines is in the news. A very beautiful story they cooked up. Yes, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania are known as Baltic nations. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania are known as Baltic nations. Now, my question is Russia shares border with Poland?
Yes.
Is Russia shares border with Poland?
Yes.
Yes, locate. Try to locate, there is a small strip of land sandwiched between Lithuania and Poland. Kaliningrad. Over. Europe, now you got the familiarity. So now tell me at least 10 European nations in order, any order. Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, Poland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine. If you are traveling from Mediterranean Sea or your Aegean Sea, so Greece, can you say Greece? One of the poor nation, pigs syndrome. Pigs syndrome. What is pigs syndrome? Portugal, Italy. Yes, Portugal, Italy, Greece, Spain. So the public debt is more than 60%. So Greece, from Greece you can see Macedonia, so Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina. So look at Adriatic Sea. Just to try to understand at least 3 nations which are sharing border with Adriatic Sea. Italy, at least 3 nations. Adriatic Sea. So now we have covered almost 50% of the syllabus. So tomorrow tomorrow. So first I'll cover the Southeast Asia regional groupings. Southeast Asia regional groupings. Then I'll land on Africa. We get few more cheetahs. You know how many cheetahs has been exported from Namibia? How many female? Then you are ready. Thank you.